All right, the time is 4 o'clock. Are we ready to start? Yep. Okay. All right. Time is 4 o'clock. I'll call the Plan Commission meeting to order on Tuesday, August 25th at 4 p.m. In the municipal building and via Zoom. Would you please call the roll?
Chairperson Manager Hausman,
Here.
Council Representative Huckabee,
Here.
Commissioner Shull. Commissioner Shull,
Thank you.
She's muted.
Commissioner Ciccarelli,
Here.
Commissioner Schultz,
Here.
Director of Public Works Neben.
Here.
All right. Thank you all. Next item is new business number 3A, review and possible action relating to the minutes of the August 11th, 2026 Plan Commission meeting. Did everybody get a chance to take a look at the minutes? Somebody like to make a motion to approve them?
I move to approve the minutes from the August 11th Plan Commission meeting as written.
I have one minor correction item.
Okay, we'll take a second by Commissioner Schultz, and then yes, John, what's your
It's really minor. In the discussion of 1911 Janesville Avenue, it was stated that the property owner would be notified if the easements were changed. I wonder whether the easement holders would also be notified and whether that was said at the meeting.
the easement, the CSM is on the agenda tonight, and none of the easements have changed. But yes, everybody would have to sign off on those easements before they would be changed. So I'm not sure if that's something that needs to be changed or if it's moot at this point.
It was just a question as to whether that particular point had been made at the meeting.
I guess we'd have to go back and check the video to see if that was made.
Truly minor.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes with the caveat that we will check the video and make sure that the proper language is used relating to the easements for 1901, or excuse me, 1911 Janesville. Any additional discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Moving on to item 3B, which is review and possible action relating to a conditional use permit for a property located on Meadow Lane known as Cardinal View Crossing. This is ZMA 2026-01. Director Drager is not with us this evening. So Zach and I are going to tag team these items, and I'll start with just a recap of this conditional use permit, which the public hearing on this matter was held at the Plan Commission meeting on August 11th. This is a conditional use permit for a group development. This is located at the end of Meadow Lane and Commonwealth Drive, and it's a plan for 6 multifamily buildings for a total of 72 units. The units are all 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. There's an accessory structure office building for tenant management services. There's a mail room for tenants. There's outdoor seating area and dog run for residential tenants, and two access points, as I mentioned, Meadow Lane and Commonwealth Drive. The conditional use permit does meet the standards for a CUP for a group development that are listed in the city's zoning code. It is in line with the city's comprehensive land use plan, and so it does serve a need for additional housing units in the city. So staff does recommend approval of this conditional use permit, subject to the conditions of the certified survey map and site plan review that had previously come before this body, the Plan Commission, any other recommendations by staff or the Plan Commission. And I would be happy to answer questions from the Plan Commission. Let's see if Mr. Murray is on the Zoom. Let's Does not appear that he is. But anyway, I would be happy to answer questions from the Plan Commission on this conditional use permit. Hearing no questions, I would entertain a motion to adopt as recommended by staff.
I move to approve the conditional use permit, subject to the conditions cited by the staff.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion amongst the Plan Commission? Okay, hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, that motion carries. Next item on the agenda, 3C, is review and possible action relating to a conditional use permit for a property located at 550 McMillan Street, known as River Point Commons. Again, this is a conditional use permit. There was a public hearing held at the Plan Commission meeting on August 11th. This is again a conditional use permit for a group development for multiple principal buildings on the same lot. There's a site plan in there for 4 multifamily buildings for a total of 96 units. They're a mix of 1 and 2 bedroom units. There is an accessory structure, office building and mailroom for tenants, a green space and a dog run. There's access to the property from both McMillan and Schumacher Way. There's underground and surface parking and internal circulation driveways and sidewalks, as well as stormwater management areas. This does meet the conditions outlined in the ordinance, in the city zoning ordinance to approve a conditional use permit. It also is in line with the city's comprehensive land use plan and does serve a need to provide additional housing units in the city. So with that, staff does recommend that the Plan Commission approve the conditional use permit subject to the conditions already established by through the certified survey map and site plan review process by this body, as well as any other recommendations by staff and the Plan Commission. I'd be happy to answer any questions if there aren't questions, then we could get a motion in a second and then have further discussion.
I move approval of the conditional use permit subject to the following conditions. All conditions approved by the Plan Commission relating to the certified survey map and site plan review are incorporated into the final development plans, and any other recommendations from city staff and the Plan Commission are included.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any additional discussion from the Plan Commission on this matter? All right, hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that motion carries. Moving on now to the review and possible recommendation to the City Council relating to a certified survey map for the property located at 1704 Montclair Place. This is CSM 2026-13. And Director Navin, if you would.
Thank you. Tempo Design Homes previously brought a preliminary CSM review and zero lot line division of an adjacent lot before the Plan Commission on August 13th of 2024. Construction has begun on the proposed site with utilities designed to be separated per city requirements. The property owner, Aaron Berry, has requested a 2-lot certified survey map for the parcel located at 1704 Montclair Place. The property owner would like to separate the existing DR8 duplex residential lot into 2 separate lots, allowing the construction of a twin housing using the zero lot line zoning mechanism. The current zoning of the DR duplex residential allows the proposed changes to the parcels. This would in turn allow for zero lot line twin house to be constructed. A twin house is a permitted right in the DR8 zoning district. There is currently a duplex being built on the parcel using the existing plat. The division of the lot will allow for the owner of each side of the twin homes to own and maintain their half of the existing lot. The state's statute says that each twin house must provide a separate public water lateral, sanitary sewer lateral, and electric service to each of the 2 dwelling units. These requirements were planned by the applicant prior to the start of construction in anticipation of this application. Lastly, the preliminary certified survey map that was submitted is missing a few requirements listed in section 700603 of the City of Fort Atkinson Land Division Ordinance as identified in this memo. And staff recommends the Plan Commission recommend the City Council approve this preliminary certified survey map subject to inclusion of the following conditions: a joint maintenance agreement for the roof, shared wall of the house, and any shared portion of the sanitary lateral to be recorded on each parcel. All changes noted in the staff report and any other recommendations from city staff and the Plan Commission. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Questions for Director Navin on this matter? It's a pretty common item, just trying to split those two duplex units to allow for independent ownership, which I think is a great option. So with that, I would, if there are no additional questions, entertain a motion to recommend City Council approval of the certified survey map subject to the changes noted in the staff report as well as the joint maintenance agreement as outlined in the staff report.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the matter? Okay, hearing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. This will be on the September 1st, 2026 City Council agenda for action. The next item on the agenda is 3E, review and possible recommendation to the City Council on a certified survey map for the property located at 1911 Janesville Avenue, known as River Trail Flats. And Director Navin, I'll have you present both the next two items, which is the certified survey map and the site plan review. And then I would ask the Plan Commission to take separate action on those two items. But Director Navin, if you want to go ahead.
Thank you. The City of Fort Atkinson zoning ordinance outlines the requirements for the conditional use application and procedure. This requires a site plan and a public hearing before the Planning Commission. The public hearing took place at the Planning Commission meeting on July 28th, 2026, and the Planning Commission approved the conditional use permit contingent on the approval of the site plan by the Planning Commission and CSM by the City Council at the Planning Commission meeting on August 11th of 2026. The City of Fort Atkinson Land Division and Development Ordinance outlines the requirements for CSM review and approval by the Planning Commission and City Council for conformance with all ordinances and plans. As previously discussed, the applicant is proposing to split the existing 12-acre parcel into 3 new parcels via CSM, rezone of the property from RH 35 to MRH 30, and obtain conditional use for a group development to accommodate 7 multifamily buildings totaling 112 units within 2 separate phases. This conditional use permit covers phase 1 of the project. Phase 2 will also require a conditional use permit. The subject property is located at the far southern edge of Fort Atkinson near the Clement Business Park at Business 26 Bypass and Janesville Avenue interchange. It's currently being used for farming and includes 1 single-family home. The Glacial River Trail borders the property to the west. Clement Towing borders in the property to the north, and Clement Business Park is located directly to the east. The proposed CSM and site plan review aim to provide additional housing development opportunities on the subject properties. This location is an evolving area with a mix of different land use types and nearby properties are developed. As nearby properties are developed, it is anticipated that other potential multifamily projects may take place. Additionally, with the site's proximity to major transportation corridors, new residents will be able to access recreation as job centers, daily shopping needs, and more within the proximity. Overall, the project meets the requirements of the city's ordinances, is in alignment with adopted city plans, and will provide new tax base and housing units through a future multifamily development. It is important to note that the developer will be asking for tax incremental financing assistance for this project. The Economic Development Commission has reviewed the TIF request in the development agreement and recommended approval of such to the City Council. The City Council is expected to review the development agreement at the meeting on September 1st of 2026. Staff recommends the Plan Commission recommend the City Council approve the certified survey map subject to the following conditions as outlined in the staff report. And for the site plan review, city staff recommends approval of the site plan review phase 1 subject to the following conditions outlined in the staff report. I will also note that for the site plan review, there was 1 additional piece of feedback provided by the city's engineer team that will be addressed through this approval process, just minor edits to site plan that was received last week.
Okay, so questions for Director Navin about the certified survey map or the site plan review for this project?
If If these are approved to move ahead, they'll both be on the September 1st council agenda?
The site plan review is a city, or is that plan commission approval?
I'm sorry,
So-
the first one, the survey.
The two
Certified
certified
survey.
survey maps would both be on the 9/1 city council agenda for review.
Okay, thank you.
I will just, I guess, note that this is just the site plan review for phase one. We do understand that there's some issues with that access easement that will end up being on lot 3 that would have to be taken care of before this matter would come back for phase 2 of this development. So this is phase 1, which is on the northern part of the certified survey map that is on your screen right now. And then again, this is for the 4 buildings. So if there are no questions, we'll take it one at a time, with the first one being the staff does recommend that the Plan Commission recommend City Council approval of the 3-lot certified survey map subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Any additional discussion on the CSM? Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, that motion carries. Now moving on to the site plan review. Uh, Director Navin presented the site plan review for phase 1 only. Let's see, staff does recommend approval of the site plan review for phase 1, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report.
The site plan is of interest to me because of connectivity from the Glacial River Trail through and past the development to Commerce Parkway across Janesville Avenue. If you think of the river trail as not purely a recreational facility, but also a transportational facility, it's essentially a bicycle road for bicyclists and a pedestrian road for people whose trips are practical at that distance. What I would like to see, and it's a tough site, it's constrained in many ways at the north and the south and in between because of the retained single family dwelling. What I would love to see is a direct connection along the edge of the property to the Commerce Parkway driveway intersection. As someone using the trail, they shouldn't have to figure out how to get through private development in order to get to work. I know it's hard to imagine people bike commuting to the business park, but we've just landed 100,000 square feet of flex building, and somebody's going to occupy that, and a bunch of them are going to live in Fort Atkinson. So my first comment would be I'd love to see direct connectivity. I don't think it would take that much. It's maybe just something along the north edge. So that's comment number 1. Comment number 2, and I think this is actually satisfied by the site plan, is for residents who may wish to transport or recreate on the trail behind the development, it would be good to at least have one connection point at the north end and one connection point at the south end. Reason for 2 is that if you're headed north, like towards downtown, you shouldn't have to thread your way through the development to get to the north end. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have to go all the way to the south end to get on the trail, and vice versa if you're heading out of town towards Grayler Road and Milton beyond. So trail connectivity, number 1. The plan does a pretty good job of the pedestrian connectivity. I think to the extent that we're asking for detailed sidewalk and crosswalk figures in site plans now, that's being taken care of. So those are my 2 primary inputs. At an earlier meeting, I was concerned about the geometry of the main intersection at Commerce Parkway, but I'm seeing much more detail now. I think that may evolve as Janesville Avenue itself evolves in its own improvement phases, separate project. So those are my comments.
Thank you, Commissioner Ciccarelli. We did, just from a staff perspective here, we did work with the developer on access to the trail. The piece that the commissioner was asking about was more of a public access from Janesville Avenue to the trail through private property. And, those are wonderful if the developer is interested in providing that. However, they're subject to liability issues that city and public property are not subject to. Just for example, the trail that's in the city, owned by the city, the city has recreational immunity, which means if anybody is injured on that trail, we wouldn't be sued or we couldn't be sued. However, private developers don't have that same recreational immunity. So there's a business reason to not provide that type of access through a private development to that public trail. I will also note that just south of this development is Grayler Road, and on Grayler Road is where the bike trail connects to in a roundabout way. I will say the bike trail connects down around the 26 bridge over the Rock River and provides bicycle access to the bike trail that runs along north and south on 26. So it is not a huge. It might be a huge ask for a pedestrian to walk that, but bicyclists, it's not as large of a deal. So we did bring that to the developer, and that was not something that was desired by the developer for this project.
I think we're going to run into this again and again as various developments build out. For example, the Glacier River Trail extension to the north of Main Street. We're going to have development parcels along that, and a good public reason to have access in the form of spur trails. This is an example of a spur trail need. I would be disappointed if the city couldn't find a way to provide access without falling back on, we can't do that because it would be the developer's liability. I fully understand that, but envision Fort Atkinson with a proper set of spur trails, which would be city operated and city maintained. Is it possible to take a step in that direction at this early stage in the development? That's my hope.
Thank you. Any other comments or discussion on this matter by the Plan Commission? Don't believe we have a motion and a second on this one yet, so I would entertain that motion to approve the site plan review for phase 1, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. Further discussion amongst the Plan Commission? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, that motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is update on previously approved projects. I don't have anything prepared for the Plan Commission, but I'm happy to answer any questions about previously approved projects by this body. Okay, seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, we are adjourned at 4:24 p.m. Thank you for your time, everybody.